Okay, hello everybody and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are not. That's not the words. Today we're going to be doing... Okay, alright. I think my hair looks kind of crazy, but whatever. Today I did a fall makeup look and I really like the way that it turned out. This is something that I would wear on the everyday basis, but just a little bit of something, you know? I show you guys lots of different options for eye looks, for eyeshadow toppers, all that kind of stuff. And share some of my favorite fall products. So before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below your favorite fall products or literally anything that you want to. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okie dokie, let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my coffee, I've got my water. Let's go ahead and get started. So let me preface this by saying 2 nights ago, my skin, I mean, I've talked about this plenty of times before. I've just been having really bad hormonal breakouts, like really bad hormonal breakouts. My skin will go through phases where it looks really, really good for a while and I won't have any problems with breakouts or acne or anything like that. And then all of a sudden I'll just get like a big flare up. And it's usually right here if I get breakouts from like a product or something, but then it's on my cheeks and on my like jawline if it's hormonal, and it's been solely there. And I think a little bit on my forehead from a new product I introduced into my skincare routine. But what I was saying is that 2 nights ago I actually used benzoyl peroxide as like a topical acne treatment, which I had done before, but I guess like, I don't know, my skin wasn't ready for it or something, and it went crazy. I'll put in some pictures so you guys can see like how it looked the next day. So it's still very red and very blotchy and sensitive. Like this morning I literally just had an itch on my chin and I scratched it, and now I have a big mark on my chin. Also, my face does not match my body at all. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but I did self tan twice now, and so I am pretty tan on my body. My face is so pale, so I'll have to accommodate for that whenever I'm doing the base products. But what I was saying is that I just want to keep everything on the base very light because my skin is so irritated, and it's really just big red splotches. I don't really have any pimples or anything like that. Well, I have a little one here, but it's just big splotches from previous acne marks or from that benzoyl peroxide. But I have a dermatologist appointment on Monday, so hopefully we get that situated. For my base today, I'm gonna actually try something different. I ordered this from Amazon because it had really, really good reviews, and I just thought it was kind of interesting. The ingredients in it are phenomenal. So as always, I'll make sure everything is linked down below. I actually got, if you like this sweater, which is really cute and it's so comfy, it's from Amazon too, and I think it was around $20. So I'll have it linked down below, as well as everything else that I'm using and the skincare products I used beforehand. So this is the Dermatology Medical Grade Skincare Tinted Moisturizer. It says it's a universal tint, but I find that to be not true at all. So I'm gonna mix it with my De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. This is oil-free, it's fragrance-free. It honestly has really good ingredients. Usually on products like this, it has a lot of ingredients, but the third ingredient in this is actually niacinamide, so I like that. It has basically no coverage at all. Like it says, it's just a tint. So if you're looking for something with coverage, you're not gonna find it here. So it's that color, which is really light, like I said. So I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of this. Ooh, maybe that was too much. Mix that up and then apply it on my face. But instead of using my fingers, I'm gonna use a brush. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. blending brush. This one's just really old. And I'm gonna kind of stipple and blend that in. Also, that noise that you hear in the background is my humidifier. Because I live on the top floor of my house, and it's a very open floor plan, so everything rises to the top, all the heat, all the air, everything. But if we had the fireplace going or something like that, it draws all the moisture out of the air and it gets so dry. And I already have like fairly dry skin anyway and very dry hair, so that's my humidifier. But honestly, I really like it for the noise. Like I love whenever I'm going to bed at night and I hear my humidifier. Okay, so as you can see, that basically just like didn't do much of anything. It didn't really even out my base. It didn't really do much at all, actually. that's okay because I'm gonna go in with concealer. This has been a holy grail product for me all of a sudden. It's the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer, the Healthy Skin Concealer. One of the girls I watch here on YouTube, her name is Daisy Cash. She was talking about this concealer and how pretty it looked and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and just raving about it. And so I was like, dang, I should try that. I should try that concealer. And so I ended up picking it up on Amazon. It was way cheaper on Amazon. So if you're interested in getting it, definitely get it from there, because in person, I looked at it at Target 2 days ago and it was $14.99 and I got mine for $6. And I'm about to get a different shade because this one's a little bit too light. This is the shade Hazelnut Medium 1, and it was $4, and it was, like I said, it was $15 at Target. So after this video, I think I'm gonna film a haul video of like some new things that I picked up, ordered online. I filmed my Target haul already and it's posted, but this video has to be up the same day that I film it. So if you're watching this on Saturday, I am filming it right now, and it is like 12:30, I think, in the day. And my plans for the afternoon are to revise my personal statement for law school and start applying to schools and looking at their different requirements for applications. I also need to email some of my older professors and get their letters of recommendation. Okay, so even after using that concealer, it's more of like a medium, light to medium coverage concealer. I'd say medium at the most. I still have some redness peeking through, so I'm gonna go over again just on the places that I have redness. But as you can see, it just really does look healthy. It also says that it has peptides and antioxidants in it. I don't know what exactly that means as far as like in this product goes. It's non-comedogenic. It says medium buildable coverage, lightweight formula. I would agree with that. But I just think my skin looks really healthy whenever I have this on, which is, you know, it's called the Healthy Skin Concealer. And I like to blend it in with a sponge because I feel like if I use a brush with concealer that's not like the Glossier concealer, it can look a little bit drying. Also, update, I tried to film a video about me, let me put some of this on, my lips are really chapped. I'm just going with my Glossier concealer right here. You all already know. I still have so much of this concealer left, it's ridiculous. So now what I'm gonna do is go in with my bronzer. The two bronzers I really like to use, or the bronzer I really like to use, is this butter bronzer in this shade Bronzer. It smells good. It's really, really good. It's also drugstore price. It smells so good. But I picked this up the other day from Marshall's, and it was such a good deal. It came with these 4 blushes and then the Hoola bronzer, and it was only $16, and it wasn't expired. So I'm gonna take that on a big fluffy brush. This is just the one from Hourglass, but literally any of them will work. And I'm just gonna go around the perimeter of my face in buffing circular motions, because I still want everything to look really, really natural and put together. But because my face is a little bit tacky, because all the base products I've used are like cream based, I don't want my bronzer or anything to stick to my skin and it be patchy. And then for the blush, I want to go in with like a deeper fall color. So I really like this shade right here, which is like a muted mauve. That's called the Rocketeer, I guess, blush. And I'm gonna take it on the same brush and pop it on my cheeks. I think that just looks so pretty. Very like muted and pretty, but I think my skin looks really nice, given, you know, like I do have breakouts and I do have acne scars and that kind of thing that I'm dealing with right now. But other than that, like despite all that and even taking it into consideration, I think that my skin still looks really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and then we'll move on to my eyes. So to do my eyebrows, I'm just going to take the e.l.f. Instant Eyebrow Pencil. This is in the shade Medium Brown, and I just fill them in where they're sparse. So now I'm going to move on to my eyes, and I'm going to be using this City Mini palette from Maybelline. I wanted to use an affordable eye option, and I'm going to show you guys some other options. They're supposed to be like a really light orangey-ish shade right here. Kind of like the color that's in my sweater, like this color. But it was, I don't know, just really chalky, I guess, and fell out. But I do miss that shade because I really liked it a lot. But I find that I use these shades the most and not so much the pink. I think you can find this palette for like $4 or something. So I'm gonna go in with this light brown shade right here. Take it on a fluffy brush. It's gonna be a super simple fall makeup look. I like to keep things simple. And I'm just gonna pop that all over my lid and focus it in the crease and in on my lid. If you want to, you can also just use the same shade that you used of your bronzer for a more monochromatic look, so I'll do that too. I'm being really careful on the outer corners, like barely just putting any and just flicking it out, because I don't want the product to be focused out here. I want it to be more so the middle and the front, or the inner corner of the eye. So I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. I just find that's what's most flattering for my eye shape. You kind of have to play around with that kind of stuff whenever you're first getting into makeup, or you know, literally whenever, to find what looks best on your excuse me, on your eye shape. What I like to do is you can either go in with a darker shade like this one, or I wanted to show you guys some affordable options of single eyeshadows. These are all from Colourpop that I'm going to show you. This is the shade Deep Dive. You can find these always cheap, but usually you can find them on sale too. I'm going to take it on this e.l.f. brush. This is just an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. It's kind of a flat domed brush. And this is what the shade looks like. I'm trying not to tilt it too much because it did fall out, but that was my own fault. Pat that off, and then I'm going to go really close. Oh, I had an eyelash fall out. Go really close to the lash line with that and blend upwards so you guys can kind of see. I'm getting really close and I'm blending up just a little bit. I'm going to take this brush right here. This is a BH Cosmetics, BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. It's kind of just dumb, but honestly, like any brush will work. Like I could use the big, the one that I used first, but this one's, I'm going to use that again in a second, so I'm just using this so I don't get the brown all over my eye. Dip back into that shade and then bring it into the outer corner. But I didn't want to use the dense one because I don't want it to be a lot of product to be on the outer corner. I just want a little bit. So you can kind of see, like there's just a little bit there, but it still defines the eyes. This part is obviously optional. It's all optional, but I'm going to go in with this gold shade down here because I really love this shade. I think it looks really pretty on the eyes, and I'm going to keep it on this domed e.l.f. brush and go under my eyes on my lower lash line. So I look up just a little bit and put it right there. Oh, that is pigmented. Can you guys see that? And then I'm going to connect it right here at the outer corner. Just dust it a little bit there. Now, to open my eye, or not open it, but to make it look a little bit more open, I'm going to take this cream shade right here on this same brush. These shadows are a little bit dusty, but honestly, like I don't mind that. And I'm going to pop that right here on my inner corner, just a little bit there. Do the same thing to the other eye. Brighten up that inner corner and draw the attention there. Then I'm going to take it right under the brows and do the exact same thing. But I don't want it to look harsh at all. I just want it to look really easily and nicely blended. So then I'm going to take my big fluffy brush again and blend that out. Now, here is the option where you can go in and put a shadow topper, you can put glitter, something like that, over the middle part of your eye. I wanted to show you guys some different eyeshadow toppers. And so I have 4 Colourpop, so 4 really affordable ones, and then 2 higher end ones. I feel like with this, you can really do any color. You could go back in with that gold shade from the Maybelline palette. You can do like literally whatever you want. But I like to leave it right here because you guys know me. I like really simple makeup looks. And I really like the way that this looks. It just enhances my eyes a little bit, makes it look like I tried really hard, even though I didn't. Yeah. So here are the eyeshadow toppers that you could go in with First we have the shade Ritz, which is absolutely one of my favorites. This is from Colourpop. It has like every color you could imagine in it, but it just looks absolutely wonderful on everybody. And it's like that perfect shade. I often wear this with nothing under it. I just put this right onto my eyelid because I think it looks so pretty. I love these. I have tons of these Colourpop single eyeshadows because they're so affordable. I also have this shade, which is the shade Lightning Bug. It's really pretty. It's a little bit more opaque, as you can see, than Ritz, but it's still really pretty, and I feel like all of these are beautiful fall shades. The next one we have is Amaze, which I've seen, oh my gosh, it just fell out, which I've seen so many people talk about, use, and love. The only issue I have is that the metal pan can fall out sometimes, but it's not a big deal to just super glue it back. So this shade is a little bit more, not on the peachy, but like a peachy nude. And they also all have a wonderful texture. Like, they're really easy to apply. You can use them with a brush, you can use them with your fingers. I prefer with my fingers. They're easy to blend out. They stay all day. They look gorgeous. And then this shade is the shade that I used a second ago, and the shade is Deep Dive. So it's that chocolate brown shade with the gold reflex in it. It just looks beautiful. You can use it on your lower lash line. You could use it all over your lid for a smoky look. Literally whatever your heart desires. And then the two higher end options I have are both from Hourglass Cosmetics. I have the shade Ray and the shade Vivid. This is what they look like. So this is the shade Ray. It looks kind of similar to the shade Deep Dive, kind of mixed with Ritz. But these are, like I said, a little bit more expensive. I believe they're $28 a piece. So, you know, pretty expensive. And then this is a green shade, which normally, you know, I never wear a lot of color on my eyes or anything, but I do really like the way that this looks. I think it's really pretty. I think if you have green, brown, hazel eyes, something like that, it's gonna look really pretty on you. I like this shade a whole lot, and one of the reasons I picked it up is because I do have green eyes. Sometimes they look hazel, sometimes they look just, excuse me, purely green. I'm gonna move on to mascara, and I'm gonna be using a brown mascara, actually. Like I said, my brown mascara, this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It's the one I'm always using. It's the one I love. And before I forget to mention, you obviously here could go in with liner, black liner on the water, or not on the water, well, yeah, on the waterline, but also just right there on the lash line if you want it to be a little bit more dramatic. I'm literally going to apply for law schools today, like I said, so I'm not doing anything crazy. But I did want to share with you guys my mascara technique because I feel like I have perfected it, knock on wood, literally, because I'm putting it on. So what I do is, first of all, I love this brush. I've talked about this mascara 1,010 times, and I just start at the base and I wiggle it up until I feel like all of those lashes right there in that section that I'm doing is coated in mascara, and then I don't move on until I feel like that section looks good. So I feel like that looks pretty good. Moving on to the second section. Sometimes I do it in thirds, sometimes I do it like in halves. So that is what one coat looks like. Dip back in, do the same thing to the other eye, and then I'll go in, you know, and do this eye again. Now I have two lipsticks that I'm gonna try. They're both from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade Bond Girl. I literally tried every single one of my lipsticks on last night for Caleb. Every single one. And I was like, we're gonna pick the shades that we think look the best on me. And we picked one of these that we both really liked, but I don't remember which one it was. So this darker one is Walk of Shame, and then this lighter-ish kind of, no, they're both pretty dang dark. They look very similar. They look the exact same. Bond Girl and Walk of Shame. I think that we liked Bond Girl. I'm pretty sure that we did. I don't know. I feel like with my new ultra dark hair. Oh yeah, by the way, that's what I did, is I had a bunch of brassiness in the bottom of my hair from whenever I'd gotten it done like a long time ago. And so I just got that like taken out. Well, not taken out, but like covered up. And she did a phenomenal job. The girl that I went to did a really good job of matching the bottom part to my top part, because she didn't touch the top of my hair at all. Like, this is all my natural hair. The only thing she did was the bottom. That's where the lightness was. That was just brassy. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with this shade, the Bond Girl shade. I do have Aquaphor on my lips, so it's probably gonna be a little bit more sheer, but I don't want to wear a matte lipstick all the way today, you know? Oh yeah, that's pretty. That is so fall. I'm trying to get into lipstick, so if you have any fall lipstick recommendations that you think would look good on my skin tone. Let me know. Okay, so that's the shade Bond Girl that I just put on. I'm going to take this shade Walk of Shame and put it just on a little bit. It's a little bit more red, berry-ish. That is the two mixed. I think that looks really pretty. I love the Aquaphor under actually, because it's very hydrating and it's pretty. Okay, is that all I have to say? Because this is a long video. Yes, that's all I have to say. Okay, so basically, like I said, you guys can vamp this look up a little bit more. You can add, you can take away, whatever you want to do. I really love these lipstick shades. I like the Aquaphor under them, like I said. I love the base products. I feel like this is such a nice thing to have. I mix it with my moisturizer all the time. I liked mixing it with that new tinted moisturizer SPF thing that I used. I love the brown mascara. I think that everything looks really, really good. So here is a final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure to turn on your... Who's coming up the driveway? Okay. Somebody came up the driveway and it distracted me. Alright, so that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.